Welcome to your daily dose of hope. I'm Phyllis Nichols, and I'm glad you're here. What happens when you've been thinking about somebody for a while, but reaching out feels awkward? Maybe scary, maybe not so much scary as just hard, difficult. Maybe because it's been a long time since you last talked, or maybe it wasn't that it was so long ago, but the conversation ended with hurt feelings or just something that was really uncomfortable and it feels unfinished. And now you don't know how to start because it's been too long, or because you're not sure if they want to hear from you and you're not 100% sure it's the right thing to do, but it's on your mind. So let's just talk about that, because there's no perfect script and there's no perfect way to do this, but there are a few things that you can do that might make it easier for you to take the next step if that's what you decide to do. And the first thing to do is just lead with honesty. You can just say it's been far too long and I'm sorry about that. I'd like to connect now. Name the elephant or the conflict, right? Just bring it right up and say, look, I know our last conversation was difficult, or the last time we talked didn't end very well. I wonder if you're open to having a conversation. You don't have to point fingers or point the blame, or just really stating like, hey, I know things were uncomfortable for you. They're uncomfortable for me. Do you want to talk about it? You can also start small and just let somebody know, hey, you've been on my mind, maybe even in a text, right? So that they know you're thinking about them and it gives them an opening if they maybe want to respond. The last thing you can do is just release the outcome. If you feel like you should or you want to, you can definitely reach out, but you have no control over how they respond. And it's okay if they don't respond, right? These kinds of situations, if you feel like it's the right thing to do, our job is to, I don't say job, but our place is to reach out if that's what we feel compelled to do. And then it's the other person's choice and their option as to how they want to respond. And you can just be okay with that, right? Just let yourself know you did what you felt like you should do. And whatever happens is going to be okay because you did what you felt was best. The longer we wait for these kinds of things, the heavier the silence gets. But a genuine message can cut through the years, and it also can cut through like hurt feelings, right? A lot of times just being the person to reach out can help a lot because you're really saying, hey, I care enough to go first and to make this effort. None of us are perfect. If someone else was hurtful to you, or if you were the one who caused the pain or the silence or just the separation, it doesn't have to be the only thing. You don't have to leave things that way. Now, only you know what's right for you. If someone has harmed you and the separation led to healing, then honor that. For some, unspoken words of apology and or forgiveness prevent us from moving on. And sometimes we really just need to forgive ourselves. It's hopeful to heal, and maybe reaching out is the first step. This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.